for our tale of the tape. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. He's got a reach of 179 centimeters, and he stands 175 centimeters tall. And he'll be...
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, a 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
The wait is over.
All right,
The speaking stopped. The fight begins.
I want you to protect
now,
yourself at all
let's
times.
get the answers.
No
And
doubt
what I
about
say,
it,
you
this was
must
the
obey.
hottest ticket
Good
in
luck.
town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold.
Let's
These
go.
athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight.
Glue facing like a motherfucker. Look at him. Look.
There.
How did he even throw a punch?
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blind
Bro,
shot.
this is atrocious. Look, what is he doing? Is he fighting right now?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round.
Right.
I promise
Let's
you,
go out there
all three
and get your
judges
boxing
here
back
are
together.
going to give that
Listen,
round
be smart
to
when you go out there.
I
Just take the
seriously
round off
hope
and
the
win the round
judges
on your
kept their
jab.
eye on
And breathe.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good.
There's the bell for round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That's straight hurting. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. That counter punch caught him clean. Just missing with the uppercut. Beautiful counter punch. Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
A perfect counter shot. So close with that uppercut. Nice counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round.
You're switching
That was
off,
almost a
and you're starting to
10-8
make
round.
mistakes.
Complete
And you go
dominance.
back out there and switch back on. Get focused, get your mind back on the job. And then
Great work. I love that. I love that. The jabs.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? Just misses with that jab. There's a counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Insane action. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round.
That's
no
his
secret
round.
who has the advantage after that last round.
You've
Let's
done
see
all
what
that work all the way through camp, and now you're gonna.
Bro had me really confused the first couple rounds. Like, oh no.
First big shot. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Straight right just misses. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice work to avoid the left uppercut. Good defense there on the left uppercut. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round.
That's his
Well,
round.
he is glad
Don't
to
worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's just.
There's the bell to start round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Nice counter. Throws the uppercut but misses. Catch and shoot. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk
Buddy,
about Sugar
what
Ray
are you
Leonard in
doing?
that
Come
last
on,
round.
switch
He is
on,
down big
switch
time
on.
on the
Get your
scores.
mind back on the job.
Beating fights
That was a
like that.
god-awful
When you think you
round
come
that
on,
was.
bro,
Come
ring
on.
away.
You let him
You-
back into the fight.
Yes, I like that round.
This is the beginning of round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Tearing away the right hook. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Sugar Ray's in trouble. Down goes Sugar Ray Leonard. Let's see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels. Look at there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. You gotta wonder
You
how
completely
big of a factor
switched
that
off. Get your
knockdown's gonna
mind
be
back
we
on
just
the
saw.
job.
love
That
the
was a
response,
terrible
though.
round, that
Got back
was.
up,
Come on.
took a
You
deep-
let him back into the...
Good work. That's it. Now,
And there's the bell for round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
There's Here's a scoring blow. That punch lands. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
So much firepower here. The perfect counter lands. Is he going to punch himself out, though? That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Beautiful counter shot. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
This fight's not over yet. You got to go back.
Round 8, and we're off again. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Pretty dominant round there.
You got to get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back.
There's the bell to start round 9. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Nice defense on that right hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. The straight right just misses. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through?
The This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nope, that jab not going to score. You'd like to see more jabs. He threw a punch and just got countered. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk
Listen,
about
you
Sugar
switched
Ray
up.
Leonard in
What
that
do you
last
do?
round.
Get your mind
Talk
back,
about
get
a
your focus back, get
one-sided
a jab
3
back.
minutes. We just saw
Boxing,
it.
You can't
just
leave
be
it up
smart.
to the judges.
Get your
It's
shots
up to
off
you
and
as the
don't give him
fighter.
anything,
And
all right?
Great round, great round. Now,
do your
This
business.
is the 10th. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when it catch you.
Looking to land the hook. Defense is not an option for these two. And Sugar is in trouble. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
I've got to see that again.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then he'll try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. In a mild upset, we have a draw here.
What a fight. What a battle. I'm exhausted watching it myself. And you know what? I'm happy it's a draw because nobody deserved to lose and nobody deserved to win. These guys put it on the line.